Hello viewers, welcome to Income Fund Fundas, Simplifying Debt Markets, hosted by yours truly Sunil Javeri and brought to you by Axis Mutual Fund. In continuation to our earlier episode where I had explained what is point-to-point returns and what is rolling returns analysis, in this episode I will explain to you why both should be seen in conjunction and not in isolation. Point-to-point returns can be one of the criteria and should not be the only criteria of selection of scheme or an analysis of a particular scheme's performance. As I've explained earlier, point-to-point returns is a post-mortem of the past performance, and especially in asset class like debt, 90% of the times the story may be behind us. Let us take the same example. This is the point-to-point returns generated by a debt scheme with a 1-month exit load with an recommended investment horizon of 1 month, where 1 month return was 16%, 2 months was 19%, 3 months was 16%, 6 months was 13%, and 1 year was 11%. If somebody would have selected this particular scheme with a 1 month investment horizon going forward, what would have happened to that? If he would have just gone by the point-to-point returns analysis, he would have been in a rude shock. This scheme on a 1 month daily rolling returns analysis had generated minimum returns of negative 35%, maximum return of positive 47%, and an average return of only 4.5%, as against the point-to-point returns which was varying from 11% to 16% per annum. With a standard deviation of 14.44, which is extremely high for a debt scheme, and with a standard deviation of 14.44, which is extremely high for a debt scheme, with almost 63 observations delivering negative returns out of 233 observations which would have completed 1 month period. As against that, if the point-to-point returns analysis also shows very good results and rolling returns analysis also shows similar returns, where the minimum return was 12.76, maximum was 14%, and an average of 13.79% with a low standard deviation of 0.32, naturally this particular scheme should be recommended for investments by that investor. So a conjunction and a complementary analysis of point-to-point returns and rolling returns will give you the true picture, and if you were to select either of them in isolation, that will not be the right way of selecting a scheme or investing in a particular scheme. I hope viewers have understood the importance of why one should not only select based on the point-to-point returns analysis, but in conjunction with the rolling returns analysis as well. Thank you so much. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.